This secret knowledge shifts your dimension in seconds. Full audiobook. The Codex of Reality Shifting. Introduction. There is a hum beneath the world you know, a vibration that sings a song of infinite possibilities. You have felt it in the quiet spaces between your thoughts. A whisper of a life more vibrant, more true. A version of you that exists just beyond the veil of your everyday sight. This is not a daydream. It is a memory. A soul-deep remembering of what you are truly capable of, a truth that was written in the stars long before you took this form. You are here because you are ready to listen to that hum, to decode its melody. Long ago, in temples lost to desert sands, and in forests where ancient trees held counsel, this knowledge was the air the mystics breathed. They did not seek to change their reality, for they knew it was as fluid as water. They simply chose which stream to swim in. They understood the fundamental secret, that you are not a passenger in this universe, but its navigator. The world you see is a reflection, an echo of a decision you made in a moment you have since forgotten. It is time to remember that decision. You have been taught that your life is a linear path, a single thread spun from past to future. This is the great illusion, the spell that keeps you tethered to the ground. The truth is far more magnificent. You stand at the center of a cosmic spiral, with every possible life, every possible choice radiating out from you in a glorious symphony of now. Your longing for more, for different, for better, is not a sign of failure. It is your soul tuning its instrument to a different song. Perhaps you have tried to manifest, to pray, to visualize your way to a new life. And perhaps you have felt the sting of silence, the ache of a universe that seems not to listen. The problem was never you nor the universe. The problem was the map you were given. You were trying to send a letter, when all you needed to do was to walk through a door that was inside you all along. The door is now open. This codex is not a book of rules. It is a key. It is a series of activations for your consciousness, designed to rewire the very substrate of your being. We will speak of quantum fields and subconscious gatekeepers, of frequency codes and the magnetic self. These are not mere words. They are tools for the soul, rituals for the modern mystic. They will teach you to feel the texture of different timelines, to hear the broadcast of your desired reality, and to step into it as simply as changing a garment. So, let the old world fade. Let the noise of doubt and limitation become a distant murmur. What you are about to receive is a sacred trust, passed from the ancients to your waiting heart. This is your awakening. This is your return to power. The journey does not begin when you finish this book. It began the moment you decided to seek it. You were never broken. You are simply coming home. Chapter 1. The hidden mechanism behind all reality shifting. You are not who you think you are. You are a traveler, standing at a station where infinite trains arrive and depart every second. Each train is a life, a reality, a complete world with its own history and future. You have been taught to board only one train, the one labeled your life, and to ignore the constant silent arrival of all the others. But in the depths of the night, you feel their pull, their whisper of what could be. This is not a metaphor. It is the hidden architecture of existence, echoed in the silent halls of quantum physics. The many worlds. Interpretation is not just a theory. It is a map of your true nature. Every choice you make, every breath you take is a fork in the road, and you walk down every path simultaneously. What you call reality is merely the one path upon which you have fixed your attention. For centuries, this knowledge was the guarded secret of mystics, spoken in riddles to protect it from those who would use it for control. They knew a profound truth, that the one who controls the narrative of reality controls the human spirit. They built walls of dogma and linear time to keep you inside a single manageable story. But the walls are thin here. and the light from other worlds shines through. You shift realities with every thought, every emotion, every whispered dream. You are doing it now, as you hear these words. But it is unconscious, adrift on a vast ocean without a rudder or a sail. You move from a reality of joy to one of sorrow based on a memory, a news headline, a forgotten fear. You are a master of this art, but you have been creating in the dark, unaware of your own power. The key to deliberate shifting is not to create something new. It is to become aware of what already is. It is to feel the texture of the train you are on, and then, with gentle, focused intent, to step onto a different one. This requires a collapse of your current wave of probability, a release of the old story. It is a quantum leap of consciousness, a simple redirecting of your soul's attention. Your subconscious mind is the gatekeeper of this process. It holds the beliefs and agreements that keep you anchored to this specific timeline. To shift deliberately, you must speak its language. You must communicate not with complex words, but with feeling, with vision, with the pure vibration of your desired state. You must show it a new home, and it will gladly open the door. There is no great struggle required. There is only a gentle, persistent realignment. It is like tuning a radio dial from a station full of static to one that plays a clear, beautiful symphony. The symphony was always broadcasting. You were just not tuned to its frequency. Your longing for a better life is the sound of that distant music. It is your soul's homing signal. So feel the truth of this now. You are not a fixed point in a fixed universe. You are the center of all possibilities, the conscious selector of your experience. The mechanism is not outside of you. It is the very essence of your awareness. From this moment forward, see every moment as a crossroads and know that you hold the map. Chapter 2. Why this knowledge was kept secret for thousands of years. Imagine a world where every person knew they were a god. A world where every man, woman, and child understood their innate power to bend reality, to step into wealth, health, and peace at will. Such a population could never be ruled. They could never be made to fight in wars they did not believe in. They could never be sold things they did not need. This is the fear that fueled the suppression. The ancient mystery schools of Egypt and Greece held this truth as their most sacred trust. Initiates were led through terrifying trials, not to punish them, but to show them the illusory nature of the physical world. They learned to walk through fire and not be burned, to see in the dark, to project their consciousness across vast distances. But this knowledge was always veiled in allegory and symbol, protected from the unready. When these schools fell, the flame was carried by alchemists in hidden laboratories. Their quest was not for literal gold, but for the golden consciousness, the awakened mind that could transmute leaden reality into a golden one. Their cryptic texts were not about chemistry, but about the inner shifts required to break the chains of perceived limitation. They wrote in code to save their lives from the watchful eyes of the church. Religious institutions, in their quest for power, became the greatest suppressors. They taught that power resided only outside the self, in a distant deity, or in the hands of a priestly class. To suggest that divinity lived within every human heart was the ultimate heresy. It removed the need for an intermediary. It returned the keys of heaven and hell to the individual soul, where they have always belonged. In our modern age, the suppression has taken a new form. It is the religion of materialism, the dogma of cause and effect that denies the magical, the mystical, the unseen. It is the constant noise of media designed to keep your frequency low, your vision myopic, and your belief in your own power diminished. You are kept too busy, too tired, too distracted to remember who you are. But the truth is a persistent vine. It cracks through the stone walls of dogma. It was hidden in plain sight, in the fairy tales you heard as a child. The wardrobe that led to Narnia, the rabbit hole that Alice fell down, the ruby slippers that could take Dorothy home. These were not mere stories. They were breadcrumbs left by the wise, a secret language for the awakening soul to discover. You are part of that awakening now. Your search for this knowledge is no accident. It is a soul memory rising to the surface. You are remembering the forgotten pact, the promise you made to yourself before you entered this life, that you would find the keys and unlock the door. The secrecy itself was a filter, ensuring only those with a sincere heart, a heart that could not be controlled, would find the path. So, as you learn these techniques, understand their sacred lineage. You are not dabbling in a new trend. You are picking up a torch that has been passed through the ages, from master to student, from soul to soul. You are the next guardian of this flame, and the world you will shift into is the world that was always meant to be. Chapter 3. The 3 types of realities you are shifting between right now. Close your eyes for a moment. Feel the solidity of the floor beneath you. Hear the ambient sounds around you. This feels like one single stable reality. It is an agreement, a collective dream shared by billions. This is the consensus reality. It is the baseline world governed by agreed-upon rules of physics and society. It feels rigid, but it is the thinnest of veils, maintained only by our collective sleeping attention. Now think of a deeply held belief about yourself. Perhaps it is, I am not good with money, or I always attract the wrong partners. This belief colors your perception. It filters your experience of the consensus world, creating a unique, personalized version just for you. This is your personal reality. It is the lens through which you view everything, and it is entirely built from your past programming and subconscious agreements. Beyond these two exists the infinite ocean. This is the realm of potential reality. Here, every possible version of you exists in a state of pure potential. The you that is a celebrated artist, the you that lives in a different country, the you that has already healed every wound. These are not fantasies, they are actual timelines, vibrating at their own unique frequencies, waiting for your attention to bring them into your experience. You move between these 3 layers constantly, unconsciously. When you wake up in a bad mood, you have shifted your personal reality. When you see a sudden act of kindness that restores your faith, you have brushed against a potential reality of a more loving world. Most people spend their entire lives drifting between a narrow band of personal and consensus realities, never realizing the vastness that lies just beyond. The key to deliberate shifting is to become the conscious observer of these movements. You must first notice which personal reality you are currently inhabiting. What story are you telling yourself right now? Is it one of lack or one of abundance? Is it one of separation or one of connection? That story is your current address in the multiverse. To change your location, you must first acknowledge where you are. Once you have observed your personal reality, you can then feel for the potential reality you desire. Do not try to build it from scratch. Instead, feel for its emotional signature. Feel the peace, the joy, the freedom of that other timeline. Your desire for it is proof of its existence. Your longing is the magnetic pull of your own soul, already living in that state, calling you home. The shift occurs when your focus and emotional frequency lock onto the potential reality with more power and clarity than they are locked onto your current personal reality. The old timeline, like a dream you are waking from, will begin to lose its solidity. It may flicker. It may present challenges, old memories trying to pull you back. This is not a sign of failure. It is a sign of success. So begin this practice now. Throughout your day, pause and ask yourself, which reality am I in right now? Am I in the consensus dream? Am I in my old, limited personal story? Or am I tuning my heart to the frequency of my greatest potential? This simple act of observation is the first and most powerful step to becoming the master of your multidimensional self. Chapter 4. the neurological switch that turns shifting on and off. Deep within your brain, there is a sacred rhythm. It is a symphony of electricity and light, a specific pattern of waves that has been measured in the minds of shamans, monks, and remote viewers. Scientists call it high theta-gamma synchronization, but you can think of it as the frequency of between. It is the state you inhabit in the moment between wakefulness and sleep, the gateway to all other worlds. This brainwave state is not a mystery. It is a physiological key. When your brain produces sustained theta waves, which are slow and dreamy, mixed with rapid bursts of gamma waves, which are associated with heightened insight and coherence, a door swings open. Your normal, analytical mind, the one that doubts and calculates, steps aside. And your subconscious gatekeeper, the part of you that can navigate the multiverse, takes the helm. Your breath is the master controller for this switch. A slow, deep, rhythmic breath with a focus on the pause at the top of the inhalation and the bottom of the exhalation is the signal. It tells your nervous system to drop the fight or flight response of the beta state and to enter the receptive, fluid state of theta. You are literally breathing yourself into a new dimension, one conscious breath at a time. The pineal gland, that tiny pine cone-shaped structure at the center of your brain, is the antenna. In this theta-gamma state, it becomes activated. It is believed to release trace amounts of endogenous DMT, the spirit molecule. This neurochemical cocktail alters your perception, not as a hallucination, but as a clarifier. It allows you to perceive the parallel timelines that are always overlapping with your own. You do not need years of meditation to achieve this. You can trigger this state in seconds. Sit comfortably and close your eyes. Inhale slowly for a count of 4. Hold the breath for a count of 7. Then exhale slowly and completely for a count of 8. Repeat this cycle 3 times. With each exhalation, imagine your awareness dropping down from your head into the center of your heart. As you do this, you will feel a shift. The sounds around you may seem farther away. Your body may feel heavier or lighter. A sense of deep calm may wash over you. This is the sign. This is the neurological switch being flipped. You have just entered the operator's room. From this place, any shifting method you use will be 100 times more powerful because you are speaking the correct language. This state is your birthright. It is the natural state of a human being who is connected to the source of all creation. You have been trained out of it by a world that values doing over being, thinking over feeling. Every time you practice this breath, you are reclaiming your sovereignty. You are reminding your brain and your body of their true purpose, to be a vessel for infinite experience. So from this day forward, see this breath as your secret weapon. Before you attempt any method, before you script your desires, before you even set an intention, flip the switch. Enter the gateway. It takes less than a minute. This is the fundamental skill upon which all of reality shifting is built. Master this, and you have mastered the first and most important step. Chapter 5. The 2-minute mirror technique that proves shifting is real. Find a mirror, a quiet one, where you can be alone with your reflection for just 2 minutes. This is not a vanity exercise, this is a quantum experiment. The mirror is not just a piece of glass, it is a boundary, a liminal space where 2 worlds meet, the world of the observer and the world of the reflection. In that space, reality becomes fluid, and you can witness its plasticity with your own eyes. Stand before the mirror, but do not focus on your familiar features. Instead, soften your gaze. Look through your reflection as if you are looking at a point in the distant horizon, right behind the image of yourself. Let your face become slightly blurry, out of focus. This unfocusing of the eyes is an ancient mystical technique. It signals to the brain that the normal rules of perception are being suspended. Now, begin the breathing rhythm. A deep, slow inhale for 4 counts. A gentle hold for 7. A long, releasing exhale for 8. As you breathe, repeat this silent command in your mind. I am now observing a new version of myself. I am now observing a new version of myself. Do not force the words. Let them be a soft, rhythmic mantra in the background of your awareness. Keep your softened gaze steady. You may notice the light in the room seem to shift. The edges of your reflection may appear to shimmer or waver. You might feel a slight dizziness, a sense of detachment. These are all positive signs. They mean you are successfully applying pressure to the boundary between timelines. You are asking your consciousness to show you a different point of view. Around the 1-minute mark, you may see small, subtle changes. A minor scar or blemish on your face might appear to fade or shift position. The color of your eyes might seem to deepen or lighten. The background behind you might flicker or change hue. Do not strain to see this. Allow it. Welcome it. These are not tricks of the light. They are glimpses through the veil. The changes are often fleeting because your logical mind, startled by the evidence, will rush in to reassert the old reality. It will try to explain it away. Do not fight this. When you notice the logical mind returning, simply return to your breath and your softened gaze. The doorway may open and close several times. Each time, it becomes easier to hold it open for longer. This technique works because it forces a collapse of probability. Your reflection is not a fixed object. It is a quantum event, created anew each moment by your observation. By altering the quality of your observation, by making it soft, receptive, and intentional, you alter the event. You are literally selecting a slightly different version of yourself to reflect back at you from a slightly different timeline. When you step away from the mirror, you may feel a little disoriented. Ground yourself by placing your hands on a solid surface and taking 3 normal breaths. You have just performed magic. You have proven to yourself, beyond any doubt, that reality is not solid. You have seen the cracks in the illusion. Carry this knowing with you. It is the foundation upon which all greater shifts will be built. Chapter 6. How your identity is the only thing keeping you trapped. You believe you are a collection of your memories, your past triumphs and failures, your name, your story. This is the I entity. It is a mental construct, a bundle of thoughts and sensations that you have mistakenly called I. But you are not that bundle. You are the awareness that holds the bundle. You are the space in which the story unfolds, not the character trapped within it. This I entity is like an anchor, thrown into the sea of infinite possibilities. It grips the seabed of one specific timeline, the timeline that matches its story of lack, struggle, or unworthiness. It does this out of a misguided sense of loyalty and survival. It believes that if it lets go of this identity, of this familiar pain, it will cease to exist. And in a way, it is right. To shift to a new reality, you are not traveling to a distant land. You are causing the old identity that is incompatible with that new land to dissolve. You are not attracting a reality where you are wealthy. You are releasing the version of you that believes it is poor. The shift is not an arrival, it is a shedding. It is a death of the old I and a rebirth into a new one. Think of a limiting belief you hold. I am shy. I am unlucky in love. Feel the weight of that statement in your body. That weight is the anchor. Now imagine just for a moment what it would feel like to be free of that belief. Not to be confident, but simply to have no concept of being shy at all. The absence of the weight. That feeling is the key. Your desired reality already exists, but it is populated by a version of you that does not carry the old anchor. That version of you has a different I entity, a different set of agreements about who they are. They are not better than you. They are simply different. To become them, you must be willing to drop the story that separates you from them. You must release your grip on the old identity. This is why affirmations often fail. You repeat, I am wealthy, while the deeper I entity screams back, no, you are not. You are in debt. This creates internal conflict, not shift. The true work is to gently disidentify from the screaming entity, to observe the thought, "I am in debt," and silently respond, "That is a thought, and a thought is not who I am. I am the awareness behind it." Start small. Choose one minor aspect of your identity to release today. Perhaps I am always late. For one day, refuse to agree with that story. When the thought arises, do not fight it. Simply notice it and let it pass like a cloud. Your actions may still be late, but you are no longer fused with the identity of a late person. You have created a crack in the anchor. As you practice this, the old identity loses its power to bind you. It becomes a ghost, a whisper, while the new I entity, the one that is free, becomes more solid. You will find yourself making different choices, not because you are forcing yourself, but because you are literally becoming a different person. The shift happens naturally, effortlessly, when the one who needed the old reality is no longer there. Chapter 7. The Frequency Code. Every desired reality broadcasts. Every possible version of your life is singing. It is broadcasting a unique song, a complex frequency composed of pure emotion and sensation. The reality, where you are deeply peaceful, hums a low, steady melody of contentment. The reality, where you are wildly successful, vibrates with a bright, expansive chord of joy and freedom. Your desired reality is not a location. It is a signature tune, and your heart is the receiver. You have been trying to shift with your mind, with lists and visualizations. But the mind is a clumsy instrument for this work. It deals in symbols and language. The heart, however, deals in pure vibration. It is the most sophisticated tuning device in the known universe. Your feeling world is not a result of your reality. Your reality is a manifestation of your feeling world. This is the great secret. To find the frequency of your desired reality, you must close your eyes and imagine it is already true. But do not see pictures. Instead, feel the feeling. If you desire a loving partner, do not picture a face. Feel the sensation of being cherished. Feel the warmth in your chest, the safety in your body, the quiet joy of being deeply known. This emotional signature is the coordinates. Your body is your compass. Scan your body right now. You will find areas of tension, numbness, or discomfort. These are the physical anchors of your current frequency, the embodiment of your old story. Now bring to mind your desired reality and its feeling. Where in your body does that new feeling want to land? Perhaps it is a lightness in your shoulders or a warmth in your hands. Now breathe into that new sensation. Inhale as if you are drawing that specific feeling, the safety, the joy, the freedom, directly into your heart. As you exhale, imagine that feeling radiating out from your heart, filling your entire body, and then expanding out into the space around you. You are not just tuning your radio, you are becoming the broadcast tower transmitting the new frequency. This is how you lock on. You practice this feeling, this specific somatic experience, until it becomes more familiar to you than the feeling of your problems. You do it while washing dishes, while walking, while waiting in line. You are not trying to make anything happen. You are simply practicing the vibration of your chosen timeline. You are teaching your entire being the song of your new home. The universe is not a mail-order service waiting for your request. It is a sympathetic resonator, responding to your dominant frequency. When your broadcast of the new feeling becomes consistent and clear, the universe has no choice but to rearrange the particles of your experience to match that song. What you call manifestation is simply the physical world catching up to your energetic truth. So ask yourself now, what is the frequency of my desired reality? Not what does it look like, but what does it feel like? Find that feeling. Practice it now. It is the most important work you will ever do. It is the master key that unlocks every door. When your heart sings the right song, the right reality cannot help but dance to its tune. Before we continue, I have something special for you. We've just released a new ebook that goes even deeper into the wisdom you're hearing right now. If you want to explore these teachings on a deeper level, the link is waiting for you in the first pinned comment of this video. Take a moment to check it out. You won't regret it. Now, let's return to the audiobook. Chapter 8. The Raven Method. Shift while lying in bed in under 60 seconds. Lie down in your bed in the position you normally sleep in. Let the darkness behind your eyelids become a vast, comfortable space. This method is named for the bird that moves between the worlds, a creature of both earth and mystery. You are about to become like the raven, taking flight from one branch of reality to another, from the comfort of your own bed. The first step is to get comfortable, but not so comfortable that you fall asleep. You are aiming for the hypnagogic state, that floating world between wakefulness and dreams. Now begin to count slowly from 1 to 100. But do not just count numbers. With each number, affirm to yourself, I am shifting. I am shifting. Let the counting be a rhythmic drum, a heartbeat carrying you forward. As you count, you will start to feel symptoms, a tingling in your hands and feet, a sense of vibration throughout your body, a feeling of spinning or floating. The numbers may start to feel distant, or you may lose your place. This is perfect. This is the sign that your consciousness is detaching from the physical anchor of your current reality. Do not fight it. Surrender to the sensation. Around the count of 30 or 40, you may feel a strong urge to move your body, to swallow, to adjust. This is your physical mind's last attempt to hold you here. Recognize it for what it is, and gently, without judgment, return to your counting and your affirmation. The more you can relax into the symptoms, the faster and stronger they will carry you. Now, here is the crucial part. You must have your desired reality preloaded in your heart, not your head. Before you even begin counting, you spent a few moments feeling the frequency of where you want to go, the feeling of the sun on your skin in your new home, the sound of a specific voice, the emotion of accomplishment. This feeling is your target. The counting is just the arrow. As you approach 100, you will feel a decisive shift. It may feel like a pop, a sudden drop, or a sensation of being pulled. At this moment, do not open your eyes. Instead, roll over in your bed as if you are simply adjusting in your sleep. But in your mind, know that you are rolling into your new reality. Feel the new sheets, smell the new air, hear the new sounds. The most common mistake is to panic at the symptoms or to become too excited and break the state. The symptoms are your confirmation. They are the engine of the shift. Your only job is to remain passively aware, like a leaf on a stream, allowing the current to carry you. Trust the process. Thousands have used this exact method to wake up in a different world. When you finally open your eyes, do so slowly. Do not immediately search for proof. Simply be in the new experience. Live it, feel it. The small details will align themselves over the next few minutes and hours. You have just used one of the most powerful and direct methods in existence. You have proven that the journey to any reality is only ever 1 minute away. Chapter 9. The Pillow Method and Scripting, Your Exact Desired Reality. Before you surrender to sleep, you stand at the most powerful portal of all. The veil between the worlds is at its thinnest in the hypnagogic state. Your conscious mind steps back, and your subconscious gatekeeper, the architect of your reality, comes forward to take the helm. This method gives that inner architect a precise blueprint, a map written in the language of feeling and sensation. Find a small piece of paper and a pen. This is not a to-do list for the universe. It is a set of coordinates for your own soul. The script must be written in the present tense, as if you are describing a life you are already living. Do not write, I want to be happy. Write, I am so happy and grateful now that my life is filled with joy and peace. Feel the difference in your body as you write those words. There are 5 essential elements that every successful script must contain. First, the emotional state. How do you feel in this reality? Second, the sensory details. What do you see, hear, and touch around you? Third, the relational harmony. How do you interact with others? Fourth, the purpose and fulfillment. What meaningful work fills your days? And fifth, the statement of gratitude, sealing the experience as already complete. Do not be vague. The subconscious mind thrives on specific emotionally charged detail. Instead of "I am rich," you might write, "I am so grateful for the constant, effortless flow of abundance. I feel the texture of the leather seats in my car. I see the specific view from my window. I hear the sound of my loved one's laughter in our beautiful home." These are not just details, they are frequency anchors. Now fold this paper. As you fold it, imagine you are folding the entire potential reality into a compact, potent seed of energy. Place this paper under your pillow. Your pillow is not just a cushion for your head. It is an amplifier, a transmitter that will broadcast this script directly into your subconscious mind throughout the night, using the conductive power of your own bioenergy. As you lie down to sleep, do not obsess over the script. You have planted the seed. Now let the soil do its work. Bring to mind the feeling of gratitude you wrote about. Let that feeling be the last conscious thought you hold as you drift to sleep. You are not going to sleep to escape your life. You are going to sleep to navigate to a new one. Throughout the night, your subconscious will work tirelessly. It will sift through the infinite field of potential, searching for the timeline that matches the frequency you have given it. It is a master navigator, far more capable than your waking mind. You may dream fragments of your new life. You may wake up with a sudden knowing, a new idea, a profound sense of peace. When you wake, take a moment before you open your eyes. Feel the energy of the room. Does it feel the same or slightly different? Retrieve your script from under the pillow and place it somewhere safe. You do not need to read it again. The activation is complete. Now move through your day with the quiet expectation that your inner architect is already guiding you down the new path, one synchronized step at a time. Chapter 10. The Intent Method. Zero visualization required. For some, the inner world is a silent, dark space. The command to visualize a detailed scene creates only frustration, a blank screen where a masterpiece should be. If this is you, know that you are not broken. You are simply wired for a more direct, more potent form of magic. You are a being of pure will, and your path is the path of intent, the unadorned command of the soul. The intent method bypasses the visual cortex entirely. It speaks directly to the quantum field with the raw power of a single, focused thought. It is the difference between painting a detailed picture of a tree and simply speaking the word seed into the earth. Both have the same result, but one requires no intermediate skill. It is the most ancient form of creation, the logos, the word that becomes reality. The technique is deceptively simple. Find a quiet moment and enter a state of calm using the breath. Inhale deeply, and as you exhale, release all tension from your body. Do not try to see anything. Instead, feel the emptiness, the pure potential that exists before form. In that stillness, you will form your command. It must be a short, clear, and present tense statement. For example, if your desire is for perfect health, your command is not, "I want to be healthy." Your command is, "I am health." If your desire is for a specific partner, your command is not, "I want to meet them." Your command is, "We are together now." The statement must be absolute, with no room for doubt or negotiation. It is a decree, not a request. Now you will repeat this command, but not with frantic desperation, with a rhythmic, almost monotonous cadence. Say it aloud in a whisper, or think it clearly in your mind. I am health. I am health. I am health. Do this for 100 repetitions. The number is not magical. The repetition is what matters. It bores through the layers of subconscious resistance like a drill through stone. As you repeat your command, you may feel a shift, a certainty, a solidification in your energy. This is the feeling of the new timeline locking into place. You're not building a bridge to it. You're stating its existence so unequivocally that your current reality has no choice but to conform. You are defining what is true, and the universe must agree. The common mistake is to repeat the words while inwardly doubting them. This creates no power. The power comes from the vibrational quality behind the words. With each repetition, feel the truth of it. Even if you cannot see it, feel the reality of I am health as a solid, unshakable fact in your core. Your feeling is the fuel that gives the command its authority. When you finish your 100 repetitions, release it completely. Do not look for signs. Do not wonder how. You have issued the command to the most sophisticated delivery system in existence. Your work is done. Now, go about your day as if the new reality is a done deal, which it is. Your unwavering intent has already collapsed the wave, and your experience is now simply catching up to your decree. Chapter 11. The Alice in Wonderland Method for Instant Immersion. You remember the story, a girl falling down a rabbit hole, tumbling past shelves and maps, into a world where everything was topsy-turvy and alive with magic. This was not just a children's tale. It was an encoded, shifting technique, a way to use sensory overload and disorientation to shock the consciousness out of its familiar anchor and into the unknown. This method is active and physical. You will not lie down. You will stand in the middle of your room, close your eyes and take 3 deep breaths. Now, begin to slowly spin in place. As you spin, do not fight the dizziness. Welcome it. This dizziness is the first sign of detachment, the stirring of the inner vortex that will pull you from one world into the next. As you spin, begin a rapid internal body scan. Do not feel for relaxation. Feel for the boundaries of your body. Start at the crown of your head and move down. My head is dissolving. My shoulders are melting. My chest is becoming light. My hips are fading. My legs are vanishing. My feet are gone. You are not trying to feel relaxed. You're trying to feel non-existent in your current form. At the moment you feel most disoriented, when the sense of your physical body is at its weakest, stop spinning. But do not open your eyes. In your mind's eye, a door will appear before you. This is not a visualized door. It is a felt door. You will know it by its energy. It hums with the frequency of your desired reality. See yourself reaching out a hand that you can no longer feel. Turn the knob, and as you open the door, allow yourself to fall forward. Not a physical fall, but a surrender of your consciousness. Let yourself tumble through the doorway, just as Alice fell. As you fall, release all control. Let the sensations, sounds, and feelings of your desired reality rush up to meet you. Do not direct it. Be swept away by it. You may feel a rushing sensation, a blur of light and sound. You may hear snippets of conversation from your new life or feel a different climate on your skin. This is the rabbit hole. Your only job is to not resist. The more you can surrender to the free fall, the more complete and instantaneous the immersion will be. You are being downloaded into a new timeline. The transition ends when you feel a sudden sense of landing. It may be gentle or jarring. You will feel solid again, but different. The air will smell different. The ground will feel different beneath your feet. Now, and only now, slowly open your eyes. You are there. Do not question the new surroundings. Engage with them immediately. Touch something, speak, move. This method is powerful because it uses the body's own mechanisms for disorientation to facilitate a quantum jump. It is not for the faint of heart, but for the brave adventurer ready to let go of the ledge completely. It proves that Wonderland is not a place you go to, but a state you fall into, the moment you are willing to lose your footing in the world you know. Chapter 12. Symptoms that prove you are mid-shift right now. The journey between worlds is not a silent one. Your body and mind, so accustomed to one vibrational home, will send out signals as they acclimatize to the new. These are not signs of something gone wrong. They are confirmation beacons, proof that you are in motion. Learning to read these symptoms transforms fear into excitement and doubt into unwavering faith. You may feel a sudden, unexplained ringing in your ears, a high-pitched tone in one or both ears. This is not tinnitus. This is your inner antennae adjusting, tuning to a new frequency band. It is the sound of reality itself recalibrating around you. When you hear it, smile. It is a signal that you are dialing in, that the shift is underway at this very moment. A sensation of vibration is one of the most common reports. It can be a fine tremor deep within your bones, or a stronger buzzing that seems to engulf your entire body. This is the quantum energy of your new timeline interfacing with your physical form. Your atoms are literally vibrating at a different rate, preparing to stabilize in a new configuration of reality. You might experience sudden temperature fluctuations, a wave of heat followed by a chill, or vice versa. This is the energy of the old timeline releasing and the new one integrating. The body is a bioenergetic field, and as you shift, this field experiences thermodynamic fluctuations. It is a physical manifestation of the cosmic law that energy cannot be created or destroyed, only transformed. Time may behave strangely. Seconds may feel like minutes, or hours may slip by in what feels like a moment. This is time dilation, a classic symptom of moving between dimensional planes. Your consciousness is operating outside the strict linear flow of your old reality, sampling the timeless nature of the field of all possibilities. You are touching the eternal now. Visual phenomena are also common. You might see flashes of light behind your eyelids or fleeting shadows in your peripheral vision. In waking life, objects might appear to briefly glitch or shimmer. These are not tricks of the eye. They are glimpses of the overlapping timelines, moments where the veil is so thin you can see the scaffolding of the matrix behind the illusion. A feeling of pressure on the head, particularly around the crown or the third eye, is your energy centers opening and expanding to receive a higher bandwidth of information. It is the sensation of your light body activating, your spiritual senses coming online to perceive the multidimensionality you are entering. Do not resist the pressure. Breathe into it and allow the expansion. When these symptoms arise, the worst thing you can do is panic and cling to the old reality. The best thing you can do is to lean into them, acknowledge them, thank them. They are your guides and your companions on this journey. They are the evidence you have been seeking. You are not stuck. You are not broken. You are shifting. And these sensations are the map, showing you that you are exactly where you need to be. Chapter 13. How to anchor yourself permanently in the desired reality. Arriving in a new reality is a glorious moment, but the old timeline has a gravity, a pull born of familiarity. It is like a planet you have orbited for a lifetime. To break its hold, you must not only land on the new world, you must plant your flag and declare it your home. This is the work of anchoring, of making the new frequency your dominant, unwavering state. The first anchor is gratitude upon waking. For the first few moments of consciousness, before you even open your eyes, do not let the old world in. Instead, feel for the new one. Feel the gratitude for your desired reality as if it is already your waking life. This sets the vibrational tone for your entire day. It tells your subconscious that this is the default, the normal, the real. The second anchor is physical action. You must do something in this new reality that you could not or would not do in the old one. It does not have to be grand. If you shifted to a reality of abundance, buy a small luxury without guilt. If you shifted to a reality of health, take a new, vibrant route on your walk. This action is a command to the nervous system, proving that the rules have changed. Your environment is a powerful reflector. Change something in your living space to reflect the new you. Rearrange furniture. Buy a new plant. Change the art on your walls. These are not just decorations. They are sigils, physical markers that broadcast to your subconscious that the old energy is cleared out and a new frequency has taken root in your physical domain. The most important anchor is your internal dialogue. The old identity will whisper to you, trying to lure you back with memories of lack, pain, or fear. When you hear that voice, do not argue with it. Acknowledge it with compassion, and then gently reaffirm your new truth. That was then. This is now. I am different. This is who I am here. You are retraining the voice of your I entity. Spend dedicated time each day feeling the frequency of your new reality. This is not a one-time event. It is a practice, like building a muscle. Sit for 5 minutes and immerse yourself in the feeling of already being there. The more you charge this feeling with your attention, the more magnetic and solid it becomes until it exerts a stronger gravitational pull than the old story. Do not constantly check for evidence or look for holes in the new reality. This frequency of doubt is what weakens the anchor. Instead, live from the assumption that the shift is complete and permanent. If something from the old world seems to persist, see it as a lagging echo, a ghost, and continue to focus on the solidity of the new world forming around you. You are not a visitor in this new reality. You are a native. Walk with the confidence of someone who belongs. Speak with the authority of someone who knows this is their home. The universe will always mirror your most deeply held assumption about where you live. Assume you are here in your desired life, and the universe will rush to fill in the details, solidifying the anchor until it is unbreakable. Chapter 14. The 4 most common. Shifting mistakes and instant fixes. The path is clear, yet many wander in circles, tripping over the same hidden roots. These roots are not signs of your inability, but common missteps that every traveler encounters. To see them is to disarm them. Knowing these 4 mistakes and their instant corrections will clear your path and allow you to move forward with grace and certainty, succeeding on your very next attempt. The first mistake is trying too hard. You clench your mind, you strain your visualization, you push with all your might. This frequency of force and desperation is a low vibration that screams of lack. It tells the universe you do not have what you want, and so you must receive more of not having it. The fix is effortless allowing. Shift your focus from making it happen to allowing it to be. Relax into the knowing. The second mistake is attachment to the how and the when. You have a specific script for how your desire must appear and a timeline for its arrival. This is like giving a master architect a set of coordinates and then micromanaging every brick they lay. The fix is to release the how. Your job is to set the destination and feel the arrival. The universe's infinite intelligence will handle the route. The third mistake is doubting during the symptoms. The vibrations come, the ringing sounds, the time slips, and fear arises. Is this normal? Am I doing this right? This doubt is a command to stop. It slams on the brakes in the middle of your journey. The fix is to reframe the symptoms as confirmation. When they arise, smile and say, "Thank you. This means it is working. I am shifting now." The fourth mistake is checking for results. You do a method and then spend the next hour looking for proof, searching for a sign that it worked. This frequency of checking comes from a place of lack, a belief that it is not already done. It keeps you anchored in the old reality of waiting. The fix is to assume success. Do the method, then release it and live as if the shift is complete. Underlying all these mistakes is a single hidden cause: the belief that you are separate from your desired reality. You are here and it is there, and you must build a bridge. This is the fundamental error. The fix for all mistakes is to remember the ultimate truth. You are not going anywhere. You are becoming the version of you for whom that reality is here now. So before your next attempt, review these 4 pitfalls. Set your intention to flow effortlessly, to trust the process, to welcome the symptoms, and to assume your success. This is not a test of your power, but a demonstration of your alignment. You are not a beggar at the gate. You are the master of the house, simply walking from one room into another. The door is not locked. You just need to turn the knob. When you release the struggle, the shift becomes not a stressful endeavor, but a natural, graceful unfolding. It becomes a joy. You will find yourself shifting with a whisper, with a gentle breath, with a soft feeling. This is the mark of a master. It means you have moved from trying to believe into simply knowing. And in that knowing, all mistakes dissolve into the light of your own awareness. Chapter 15. Why affirmations alone will never shift you. You have stood before the mirror, repeating words of power. You have whispered to yourself, "I am abundant, I am loved, I am whole." And yet the reflection of your world remained stubbornly the same. This is not because affirmations are useless. It is because you were using them as a mask, attempting to paint a new picture over an old, crumbling wall. The foundation must change first. An affirmation is a surface command spoken from the level of your conscious mind. But your reality is not built by the conscious mind. It is projected by the subconscious, the deep, vast ocean of beliefs and agreements you formed long ago. To that deep mind, a surface affirmation sounds like a lie if it contradicts a core program. The subconscious will always work to prove its deeper truth is real. The true shift does not happen when you change your words. It happens when you change your agreement. The subconscious mind agrees with certain statements about who you are. I am unworthy. Life is a struggle. I am not safe. These are not thoughts you have. They are thoughts that have you. An affirmation that contradicts a core agreement is like trying to plant a flower in concrete. The power is not in the repetition of the new statement, but in the dissolution of the old one. Before you can plant the seed of I am abundant, you must first clear the weed of I am in lack. This is not done through force, but through observation. You must witness the old thought, see it as a mere program running, and consciously withdraw your belief in it. This is where identity-level statements differ from surface affirmations. Instead of I am abundant, which may feel false, you can use a statement of authority over the identity. I am not the thought of lack. I am the awareness that hears the thought. This type of statement does not fight the old program. It sidesteps it entirely, appealing to the deeper you, the true I am that is prior to all stories. Another powerful form is the command of gratitude from the future. Instead of I am abundant, which speaks of a current state that may not feel true, you can say, I am so thankful now that I live in a universe of infinite abundance. This phrasing pulls the future reality into the present moment through the feeling of gratitude, bypassing the resistance of the current situation. When you find an identity-level statement that resonates with your soul, repetition then becomes a tool for excavation, not for painting. You are not trying to convince yourself of something. You are using the vibration of the words to scour out the old agreement and replace it with a new soul-level truth. The feeling behind the words is the solvent that cleanses the subconscious. So, let your affirmations be deep, present, and rooted in the authority of your true self. Speak from the I am, not to it. Do not use them to cover a wound, but to signal a profound cellular change that has already occurred in the field of your being. When your words are an echo of a shift that has already happened within, then your outer world has no choice but to become a perfect echo of those words. Chapter 16. The Void State, the ultimate shifting launchpad. There is a place within you that exists before time, before form, before the very concept of a separate self. It is pure, silent, unbounded awareness. This is the void state. It is not emptiness in the sense of lack, but a fertile, pregnant nothingness from which all somethings are born. To enter the void is to step into the control room of all creation. In this state, there is no I entity to hold you back. There are no memories, no beliefs, no attachments to any specific timeline. You are pure potential, the silent observer who can choose to experience anything. From here, you are not shifting from one reality to another. You are simply selecting which reality to focus on, as easily as choosing a channel on a television. Reaching this state is the goal of many advanced meditators, but it is accessible to you. The first method is through deep relaxation and sensation tracing. Lie down and bring your awareness to the tips of your toes. Feel the sensation there, and then imagine that sensation dissolving into nothing. Slowly, gradually, move this wave of dissolution up your body, part by part, until no physical body remains. The second method is through the mantra, I am. Do not add anything to it, not I am happy or I am strong. Simply, I am. Repeat it slowly, letting the words lose their meaning and become only a vibration. As you do, the sense of a person doing the repeating will begin to fade. All that will be left is the amness, the pure existence, which is the void. The third method is to gaze into darkness. Sit in a pitch-black room or use a sleep mask. Open your eyes and stare into the blackness. Do not look for shapes or light. Just gaze into the nothing. Your mind will rebel at first, but as you persist, the sense of a seer and a thing seen will collapse. You and the void will become one, a single field of awareness. When you are successfully in the void, you will know. There is a profound peace, a total silence, and a feeling of being everything and nothing at once. There is no fear, for there is no one there to be afraid. From this place, you can gently bring to mind the feeling of your desired reality. Without a past to contradict it, it will instantly snap into place around you. You do not need to build a bridge to your new life. From the void, you simply intend it, and you are there. It is the difference between swimming across a river and simply appearing on the other side. The void is the point of origin for all rivers, all realities. Mastering this state is the ultimate freedom, for it means you are no longer a passenger in the multiverse, but its source. Do not be discouraged if it takes practice. Each attempt rewires your brain and expands your capacity for pure awareness. Even a fleeting moment in the void is a monumental success. It is your true home. And every time you return to it, you remember your infinite nature, and your power to choose your experience of reality becomes absolute and instantaneous. Chapter 17. Using music and 432 Hz frequencies to force a shift. Sound is not just something you hear, it is a force that sculpts matter. Cymatics has shown us how specific frequencies create intricate, beautiful patterns in sand and water. Your body is over 70% water, a liquid crystal waiting to be tuned. The right frequency can rearrange your internal structure, shifting your vibration to match that of your desired reality. Throughout history, sacred music was composed not for entertainment, but for transcendence. Gregorian chants, Tibetan singing bowls, and Vedic mantras were all designed to alter consciousness, to quiet the beta brainwaves and induce the theta state required for journeying between the worlds. They are technological tools for the soul, and that technology is now available to you. The frequency of 432 Hz is often called the natural tuning of the universe. It is a pure, clean tone that resonates with the Schumann resonance of the Earth itself. When you listen to music tuned to 432 Hz, your brainwaves begin to synchronize with this harmonious frequency. It creates a state of deep calm and inner peace, the perfect precondition for a shift. Binaural beats are another powerful tool. When you listen to two slightly different frequencies in each ear, your brain perceives a third, phantom frequency, the difference between the two. If you listen to a 100 Hz tone in one ear and a 108 Hz tone in the other, your brain will entrain to an 8 Hz theta wave. This is a direct scientific method to guide your brain into the shifting state. You do not need to understand the science to use it. You only need to listen. Search for audio titled 432 Hz Shifting Subliminals or Theta Binaural Beats for reality shifting. Use headphones for the full effect of binaural beats. Create a playlist for your shifting sessions. Let this soundscape become the auditory gateway that your mind associates with the process of transition. As you listen, do not fight the sound. Let it wash over you and through you. Imagine the frequencies as liquid light, recalibrating every cell, dissolving the old vibrational signature of your current reality. Your conscious mind can relax, knowing it is being guided by a force far more precise than its own efforts. The music does the work of altering your state. You simply receive it. Many report that using these frequencies not only makes shifting easier, but also intensifies the symptoms. The vibrations, the visual phenomena, the sense of detachment become more pronounced and arrive more quickly. The sound is acting as a carrier wave, amplifying your intent and broadcasting it with crystal clarity into the quantum field. It is like adding a rocket booster to your desire. So, let music be your ally. It is a constant, unwavering force that does not doubt or hesitate. It holds the frequency you wish to embody. As you lie in the dark, immersed in these sacred sounds, you are not just a person trying to shift. You are a symphony of energy, tuning itself to a new song and preparing to become the embodiment of its melody in a new world of your choosing. Chapter 18. The 2-Cup Method. Physical proof in minutes. You have learned that reality is fluid, but you crave a sign you can touch, a change you can see with your physical eyes. This method provides exactly that. It is a simple physical ritual that demonstrates the principles of dimensional jumping in a way that is immediate and undeniable. It proves that the label you give to a thing can be rewritten and its reality will follow. You will need 2 cups or glasses and some water. Fill 1 cup with water. This cup represents your current reality. Take a small piece of paper and write a word or short phrase that describes a current situation you wish to change. For example, debt. Tape this label to the full cup. This cup is now the symbol of your current reality of debt. Now, take the second empty cup. This cup represents your desired reality. On another piece of paper, write the state you wish to embody. For example, abundance. Tape this label to the empty cup. This cup is now the symbol of your desired reality of abundance. You have just defined 2 distinct points in the field of all possibilities. Here is the sacred part of the ritual. Pour the water from the cup labeled debt into the cup labeled abundance. As you pour, do not just move water. In your mind, feel the energy of the current situation flowing out of its old identity and into the new one. See the substance of your experience being recontextualized, redefined, and reborn under a new name. Now, drink the water from the abundance cup. As you drink, know that you are not just drinking water. You are internalizing the new frequency. You are taking the substance of your life, which has now been recoded with the energy of abundance, and making it a part of your very being. You are literally becoming the change you wish to see. After you finish, destroy the debt label, tear it up, and throw it away. The old reality, as you defined it, no longer exists. Keep the abundance cup in a visible place as a reminder of your new state. For the next few days, be observant. You will notice small, inexplicable changes, an unexpected refund, a new opportunity, a shift in your feelings about money. This works because you have engaged the power of symbolism with the physical act of pouring and drinking. You have created a powerful, multi-sensory metaphor that your subconscious mind understands perfectly. It is a command that bypasses logic and speaks directly to the part of you that knows how to rearrange the particles of your experience. The two-cup method is more than a party trick. It is a profound lesson in the nature of reality. It shows you that the world is not fixed. It is waiting for you to define it. You have just performed a small act of alchemy, transforming lack into abundance through the power of your focused intent and a simple, physical anchor. Let this proof fuel your faith for all the greater shifts to come. Chapter 19. How clones and time lag explain delay in shifting. When you shift, you are not deleting a universe. You are simply moving your conscious awareness, the point of perception known as I, from one version of events to another. The version of you that you leave behind does not vanish. It continues to live out the timeline you have departed, experiencing the consequences of the old story. This continuing version is what many call the clone. This concept can be unsettling, but it is the key to understanding why shifts are not always instantaneous in their full manifestation. The clone is not a soulless robot. It is you, simply operating on a different set of beliefs and a different vibrational frequency. It is the you that still believes in the problem, and so it continues to experience that reality fully and convincingly. The perceived delay in seeing results is not a delay in the shift itself. Your awareness has already arrived in the new timeline. The delay is the time it takes for the old timeline, the one you are no longer inhabiting, to fade from your perception. It is like turning your head from a candle flame. The after image persists on your retina for a moment, even though you are now looking at a new scene. This fading echo is what we call time lag. The old reality has a kind of momentum. Its events, its relationships, its physical circumstances were set in motion by the old you, and they take a little time to play out or to be recontextualized within your new awareness. You are seeing the ghost of a story that you are no longer telling, and it is slowly dissolving back into the void. Understanding this removes the two greatest obstacles, fear and desperation. You do not need to fear that you are abandoning anyone, for the version of them in your old timeline is still interacting with the version of you that stayed. And you do not need to feel desperate, because the lag is not a sign that it failed. It is proof that a profound shift has already occurred. Your work is not to fight the ghost of the old reality. Your work is to ignore it, to refuse to give it your energy, your attention, or your belief. Every time you notice an old circumstance, bless it and release it. See it as a recording that is finishing its play. Do not try to re-engage with it. Pour all of your focus into feeling the solidity of the new timeline. The stronger and more consistent your focus on the new, the faster the echo of the old will fade. The clone in the old timeline will eventually experience a resolution or a shift of its own, guided by its own path. But that is not your concern. Your concern is the you that is here now in this new frequency, building a new life. So when you see remnants of the past, smile. They are not walls blocking your path. They are shadows, and all shadows are dissolved by light. Turn your face fully toward the light of your new reality. Feed it with your attention. Live from its assumptions. The lag is finite. The echo will fade. And soon, all you will see, hear, and feel is the world you chose. Chapter 20. Shifting to parallel lives where you are already rich, famous, or in love. The greatest illusion of manifestation is the timeline of struggle. You have been taught that you must climb a mountain of effort to reach your desired peak. But in the infinite multiverse, every peak already exists. There is a version of you standing on that summit right now, breathing that rarefied air, looking out at a vista you have only dreamed of. Your work is not to climb, but to switch peaks. This version of you is not a future potential. They are a current fact. They live in a parallel timeline where the sequence of events led them to wealth, to recognition, to a soul-level partnership. They possess the emotional frequency of that achievement, not the striving for it, but the embodied reality of it. Your longing is the magnetic pull of your own soul, already in that state, calling you home. To shift to this reality, you must stop building a bridge and instead step through a mirror. The bridge implies distance and effort. The mirror implies that what you seek is already facing you, separated only by a thin reflective surface. Your reflection is already rich, already loved, already whole. Your task is to stop seeing the glass as a barrier and to start seeing it as a doorway. The method is one of pure assumption and sensory feeling. Do not visualize the process of becoming. Visualize the moment of already being. Feel the weight of the gold watch on your wrist. Hear the specific words of admiration from a crowd or a lover. Smell the air in your penthouse or your private garden. These are not fantasies. They are sensory reports from a reality that is equally as valid as this one. Your subconscious mind will resist this. It is loyal to the story of process and delay. It will whisper, "But how? How could this happen?" This is the moment of power. Your response must be, "I do not need to know the how." The how is the domain of infinite intelligence. My only job is to accept the is. I am this now. The universe will handle the logistics of making it physically apparent. Live from the end, not toward the end. This is the golden rule. If you were already that version of you, how would you walk? How would you speak? What decisions would you make from that place of fulfillment? Start making those micro choices now. They are not acts of pretending. They are powerful commands that tell the quantum field you have already accepted the new identity and its corresponding reality. You may feel a sense of guilt or unworthiness, as if you are skipping a necessary lesson. This is a trick of the old paradigm. The universe does not require suffering as a tuition fee for joy. Every lesson can be learned in a state of grace and ease. By shifting to a reality where you are already successful, you are not cheating. You are simply choosing a different, equally valid curriculum for your soul's expansion. So, close your eyes and feel for that other you. Feel their certainty, their deep-seated knowing that they are exactly where they are meant to be. Align your heart with that frequency. Let it be your compass. The moment your internal state matches theirs, the mirror will become a doorway. You will not have traveled anywhere. You will have simply realized where you have been all along. Chapter 21, The Estelle Method, Shift, using a dance and song trigger. Some paths to the multiverse are silent and still. Others are filled with movement and song. The Estelle Method is a celebration, a high-vibration technique that uses rhythm and joy to catapult your consciousness out of the old and into the new. It is for those who find power in motion, for whom stillness feels like a cage and music feels like wings. Choose a song that perfectly encapsulates the feeling of your desired reality. It should be a song that makes you feel powerful, free, and utterly alive. This song will become your personal anthem, the vibrational signature of the world you wish to enter. Listen to it until you know every beat, every lyric, until it feels like a part of your own bloodstream. Now, in a space where you will not be disturbed, begin to dance. This is not a performance for anyone. It is a ritual for your soul. Close your eyes and let the music move you. Do not think about the steps. Let your body respond instinctively to the rhythm. As you dance, feel the old identity, the old worries and limitations, shaking loose from your energy field with every movement. Create a simple, repetitive piece of choreography, even if it's just spinning in a circle or a specific sequence of arm movements. This physical pattern acts as a mudra, a sacred gesture that signals to your subconscious that a profound change is imminent. As you repeat this movement, you are building a kinetic pathway, a groove that leads directly out of your current timeline. At the peak of the song, at the crescendo where the energy is highest, you will perform your final decisive movement. It could be a leap, a final spin, or simply throwing your arms wide open. As you do this, in that exact moment, shout in your mind or aloud, "Now." This is the trigger. This is the moment you release the old reality completely and launch yourself into the new. The shift will feel like a sudden, seamless transition. The music may seem to change or warp for a second. The room might flicker. You may feel a rush of wind or a wave of new emotion. Do not stop. Let your dance continue, but now let it be a dance of arrival. You are no longer dancing to get there. You are dancing because you are there. Open your eyes while still moving. Do not stop to analyze. Keep the energy flowing. Look around the room as if you are seeing it for the first time in your new life. Touch the walls. Feel the floor. Your body is still buzzing from the dance, and this heightened sensory state makes the new reality easier to lock into. You have arrived not through force, but through ecstasy. This method proves that shifting does not have to be a solemn, serious affair. It can be a party. It can be an explosion of joy. The high vibration of pure, unadulterated fun is one of the most powerful frequencies for collapsing the old world. When you are in a state of play, the critical mind is disarmed, the heart is open, and the doors between the worlds swing wide. Chapter 22. How to shift back if you ever want to return. The fear of being permanently trapped in a new reality is one of the great phantoms that holds many back. Let us dispel it now. You are an infinite, sovereign consciousness. You are not a cork bobbing on a single stream. You are the one who charts the course of the river itself. The power that allows you to shift forth is the same power that allows you to shift back. The idea of being stuck is a remnant of the old linear paradigm. In the multiverse, you are always at the center. All timelines are accessible from your point of awareness. Thinking you can be trapped is like thinking a viewer can be trapped inside a television show. You can always change the channel or simply turn off the set and remember you are the one in the living room. To ensure a smooth return, it is wise to create a return phrase before you shift. This is a simple, unique command that you program into your subconscious. It should be something you would not say accidentally. For example, emerald sunrise, take me home. Or consciousness recall, now. Repeat this phrase to yourself several times before you begin any shifting method, setting the intention for a safe return. Another powerful anchor is a physical object in your original reality. Before you shift, hold a specific crystal, a ring, or even touch a particular mark on your wall. As you do, impress upon your subconscious that this object is your homing beacon. The feeling of this object is the coordinate for your return. Know that whenever you focus on the memory of this sensation, you can navigate back. If you find yourself in a new reality and wish to return, the process is simple. First, do not panic. Fear will only cloud your connection to your sovereign power. Find a quiet space, close your eyes, and take 3 deep breaths. Recall your return phrase. Say it with authority, either aloud or in your mind. Feel the truth of the command reverberate through your entire being. As you state your phrase, bring to mind the feeling of your homing beacon object. Feel its weight, its texture, its temperature. Combine the vibration of the phrase with the sensory memory of the object. This creates a powerful, multisensory coordinate that your consciousness can lock onto instantly. You may feel a pulling sensation, a swift dizziness, or simply a blink. When you open your eyes, you will be home. You may need a moment to reorient, to allow your awareness to fully synchronize with this timeline. Ground yourself by placing your hands on the floor or drinking a glass of water. The experience of the other reality will feel like a vivid dream, but you will carry the knowing and the growth from it with you. This knowledge is your ultimate safety net. It grants you the freedom to explore without fear. It empowers you to be a bold adventurer in the multiverse, knowing that you are always the master of your own journey. You can visit infinite worlds, learn infinite lessons, and always return to the timeline you call home, enriched by all you have witnessed and become. Chapter 23. The Julia Method. The I Am Powerhouse Technique. There is a force in the universe more fundamental than thought, more potent than emotion. It is the power of pure being, the unadorned I Am. This is the name the ancients gave to Source itself. The Julia Method is a direct conduit to this power, a way to wear the mantle of I Am and command the fabric of reality from the seat of your soul. Lie down in a comfortable position, as if preparing for sleep. The goal is not sleep, but a state of profound relaxation with retained awareness. Begin with the breath, slowing it down, letting each exhalation be a release of the physical world. Feel your body becoming heavy, as if you are sinking gently through the bed, supported by the earth itself. Now, you will begin a rhythmic affirmation. The pattern is crucial. You will whisper, either aloud or in your mind, I am. Then, after a pause, you will state your desired reality in the present tense. I am, overflowing with abundance. Inhale deeply. I am, deeply cherished and loved. Exhale fully. I am, in perfect, radiant health. The rhythm is statement, pause, breath. The magic is in the pause between I am and the specific desire. In that silent space, you are touching the void, the pure potential of the I Am presence. You are first connecting with the formless source, and then clothing it with a specific form. You are not a person asking to be abundant. You are abundance itself, declaring its own existence. Repeat this cycle for as long as it feels powerful. There is no set number. You may feel a building energy, a warmth in your heart, or a vibrational shift throughout your body. This is the I Am frequency activating your light body, rewriting the quantum code of your being at the most fundamental level. You are not changing who you are remembering what you are. The Julia Method is exceptionally potent because it merges the power of intention with the authority of being. It does not bypass the subconscious. It saturates it with the truth of your sovereignty. Each statement is not a wish, but a decree issued from the throne of your consciousness. The universe has no choice but to obey, for you are speaking its native language. A common point of failure is losing focus and slipping into sleep. To maintain awareness, you can lightly tap your finger against your thumb with each statement, creating a gentle physical rhythm that anchors your mind. Or you can visualize a soft, golden light expanding in your chest with each I am, filling your entire body with the vibration of creation. When you feel the shift has been fully impressed upon your energy field, simply rest in the silence. Do not rush to get up. Linger in the I Am presence without any specific label. You have planted the seed in the most fertile soil possible. The work is done. Now carry this unshakable knowing into your waking life. You have spoken to the universe as its equal, and it has listened. Chapter 24. Lucid Dreaming as a Backdoor to Permanent Reality Shifting. Within the world of dreams, the laws of consensus reality are already suspended. Gravity is optional. Time is meaningless. You can fly, you can breathe underwater, you can converse with symbols. A lucid dream where you know you are dreaming is not an escape from reality. It is a training ground, a simulator for the ultimate act, shifting your waking life. To begin, you must first achieve lucidity in a dream. There are many methods, but a simple one is reality checks during your waking hours. 10 times a day, ask yourself, am I dreaming? Then try to push your finger through your opposite palm, or look at a clock, look away, and look back. In a dream, your finger will go through your hand, and the time will be nonsensical. This habit will carry over into your dreams. Once you are lucid in a dream, stabilize it, rub your hands together. The tactile sensation generates a surprising clarity and prolongs the dream. Spin in a circle. Shout, "Clarity now." This tells your subconscious you are in command. The dream world will solidify around you, becoming as vivid or more vivid than your waking world. You are now in the control room. Now do not just fly or explore. Your mission is to find a portal. Command the dream. Say aloud, "Show me the door to my desired reality." A door will appear. It may be ordinary or fantastical. Trust that it is the correct one. You may also ask a dream character to take you there. They are aspects of your own subconscious and will gladly guide you. As you approach the door, feel the emotion of your desired reality. Feel the joy, the peace, the success. Touch the doorknob and feel its texture. This sensory engagement is the key that aligns the frequency of the dream with the frequency of the waking timeline you wish to inhabit. You are not creating a dream. You are using the dream as an intersection point. Open the door and step through. Do not hesitate. As you cross the threshold, you may feel a jolt, a sensation of falling, or a rapid series of images. You are transitioning. At this moment, repeat your waking, shifting affirmation, or simply state, "I am now in my desired reality." The dream will dissolve, but your awareness will not fade. It will transfer. You will wake up, but you will not wake up here. You will open your eyes in your new reality. The transition can be so seamless that it takes a moment to notice the differences. The light from the window may be different. The feeling of the sheets may have changed. A loved one may be there who was not before. You have used the dream as a launch pad, and you have landed. This method is powerful because it bypasses the critical waking mind entirely. In the dream state, your belief in limitation is gone. You accept the impossible without question. By shifting from within a dream, you carry that same feeling of fluid possibility into your waking consciousness, making the new reality not just a place you visit, but the new, permanent ground of your being. Chapter 25. The role of the pineal gland and natural DMT in shifting. Deep within the cavern of your brain, a tiny, light-sensitive organ awaits its activation. The pineal gland, often called the seat of the soul, has been revered by mystics for millennia. Modern science now whispers its secrets, suggesting it holds the capacity to produce dimethyltryptamine, or DMT, the most powerful psychedelic known, a substance naturally produced in the brain during birth, death, and profound spiritual experiences. This endogenous DMT is not a random chemical, it is a key. It acts as a solvent for consensus reality, dissolving the rigid structures of time and space that your normal perception is built upon. In the moments when this molecule floods your system, the veil between the worlds becomes transparent. You do not hallucinate new things. You perceive the infinite things that were always there. The state required for shifting, high theta-gamma brainwave synchronization, is the precise trigger for the pineal gland to release its store of this spirit molecule. The deep relaxation, the focused intent, the surrender of the ego all signal to your biology that a journey is beginning. The pineal gland responds by secreting this neurochemical, preparing your consciousness for multidimensional travel. When you feel that popping sensation, that sudden drop or vibrational surge mid-shift, you are likely feeling the effects of this internal release. It is the body's own rocket fuel, propelling your awareness out of the narrow confines of the physical senses and into the vast quantum field where all realities coexist. It is your birthright, your built-in stargate. This is why practices that decalcify and activate the pineal gland are so beneficial for the shifter. Sunlight, particularly the first rays of dawn, pure water, and a diet low in processed foods and fluorides, can help restore this gland to its full luminous potential. You are not just caring for your body, you are maintaining the most sophisticated spiritual technology you own. Some fear this connection, associating DMT with drug culture, but this is your own chemistry, the sacred pharmacopoeia of your soul. It is as natural as adrenaline or serotonin. To engage it through shifting is not an abuse. It is the highest use of a divine biological mechanism designed specifically for transcendence and communion with the multiverse. When you successfully shift, you have not just performed a mental exercise. You have initiated a profound biological and spiritual event. Your entire being, brain, mind, and spirit, has collaborated to achieve the impossible. The pineal gland and its sacred secretion are the bridge, the physiological proof that you are designed for so much more than a single, solid world. So, honor this process. See your shifting practice as a holistic ritual that includes caring for the physical vessel that makes it possible. Your body is not a prison for your soul. It is a spacecraft, and the pineal gland is the navigation console. When you sit to shift, you are not escaping your body. You are commanding it to reveal its most magnificent hidden capabilities. Chapter 26. How to shift for someone else. Ethical companion shifting. The heart's greatest desire is often not for oneself, but for a loved one, a child, a partner, a dear friend who is suffering. The thought arises, could I shift them into a better reality? The answer is nuanced, for the prime directive of all spiritual work is free will. You cannot and must not shift another's consciousness without the consent of their highest self. The key is to understand that you are not shifting their physical body or overriding their will. You are shifting your point of perception to a timeline where a version of them is already living in the state of health, happiness, or peace that you desire for them. In doing so, you make that harmonious version the dominant one in your shared experience, creating a powerful field of influence. Before you begin, you must enter a state of pure, selfless love. Any trace of savior complex or egoic desire to control will taint the process. Sit in meditation and connect with the essence of this person. See them not as broken, but as whole and perfect. Feel your love for them as a golden, radiant light. This is the only frequency from which companion shifting can ethically operate. Now, in your mind's eye, hold the vision of this person as you know them, but imbued with the light of their well-being. See them smiling, vibrant, and free from their struggle. Feel the joy of seeing them in this state. You are not creating this. You are acknowledging its existence in the field of all possibilities. You are tuning your receiver to the station where this is their truth. The method is one of linked intention. As you feel the theta state deepening, gently state your intention, not as a command, but as an observation. I now perceive name in their state of perfect health and joy. I am now aligning with the timeline where our highest good unfolds together in harmony. You are shifting your relationship with them, and thus, the shared reality you both inhabit. You may perform this during a shifting method like the Raven or the Julia method, simply holding this linked intention as your desired reality. As you shift, you will feel their presence in this new timeline with you. The connection will feel light, joyful, and free of the old energetic cords of worry or pain. You have met a different version of them in a different world. It is crucial to release all attachment to the outcome. You have planted a seed in the garden of your shared reality. You must trust their soul's journey and the universe's intelligence. Do not monitor them for changes. Do not tell them what you have done. Simply hold the new frequency in your heart whenever you think of them and allow the magic to unfold in its own perfect way. When done with purity of heart, companion shifting is one of the most powerful acts of love. It does not force, it invites. It does not heal from the outside. It aligns with the wellness that already exists within the multiverse for them. You become a beacon, holding a light that shows a path they can then, of their own free will, choose to walk toward in their own time. Chapter 27. The Sunni Method. Shift while sitting in a chair. Not all journeys require a bed or a darkened room. The potential for shift exists in every moment, in every posture. The Sunni method is for the modern mystic, the one who needs to navigate the multiverse between meetings, on a lunch break, or while waiting for the train. It proves that transcendence is not a separate activity, but a layer woven into the fabric of daily life. Sit upright in a chair, your feet flat on the floor, and your spine straight but not rigid. This posture signals alertness and intention, different from the receptive state of lying down. Place your hands comfortably on your lap. Close your eyes if you can, or simply soften your gaze and focus on a point in the middle distance if you are in a public space. The technique revolves around the eyes and the breath. Look upward, behind your closed eyelids, as if you are trying to look at the space between your eyebrows, the location of the third eye. Do not strain. A gentle, sustained, upward gaze is enough. This specific eye position stimulates the pineal gland and begins to alter your brainwave state almost immediately. Now synchronize your breath with a 4-count rhythm. Inhale for 4 counts, hold for 4, exhale for 4, and hold the exhale for 4. This balanced breathing calms the nervous system and creates a container for the shift. As you breathe, maintain that soft, upward gaze. Your entire focus is on the breath and the gentle pressure behind your eyes. You will begin to feel the signs: a lightness in the body, a buzzing in the hands, a sense of the room receding. This is the detachment sequence. When you feel this shift, introduce your intention. It should be a single, clear feeling or a short phrase that encapsulates your desired reality. Do not elaborate. Simply hold the essence of it in your heart. Now, for the trigger. On your next exhale, imagine that you are exhaling your consciousness out of the top of your head, like a subtle mist. As you do, feel your awareness lifting slightly above your physical body. This is not a full astral projection, but a minor dissociation, just enough to unlatch you from the anchor of your current physical coordinates. In that lifted state, reaffirm your intention. I am there. Then, on your next inhale, imagine drawing back into your body not your old awareness, but the consciousness of the version of you from your desired reality. Feel this new energy filling your form, animating your limbs, seeing through your eyes. You are not returning to the same chair in the same world. Open your eyes. Do so slowly. The room may look the same, but you are not. You are a different version of yourself, sitting in a nearly identical chair in a parallel timeline. The changes will be subtle at first, but they will ripple outwards through your day. You have just performed a seamless, silent takeover of your own reality, without anyone in the consensus world being any the wiser. Chapter 28. Why some people shift on the first try and others don't. It can be the source of great frustration. You read the stories of those who shifted on their very first attempt, while you feel you have been trying for an eternity. The difference is never about a special gift or inherent power. It is about the landscape of the subconscious mind and the 4 hidden blocks that act as silent saboteurs of your intent. The first block is the authority transfer. This is the deep-seated belief that an external force, a god, the universe, a guru, holds the power, and you are merely a supplicant. The shifter who succeeds on the first try knows in their bones that they are the ultimate authority of their experience. They do not ask permission from the cosmos, they inform it of their decision. The second block is the validation addiction. This is the need for external proof that you are doing it correctly, that you are special, or that the shift is real. This need places your power outside of yourself. The instant shifter operates from a place of self-validation. They do not need the universe to prove it to them. Their own knowing is the only proof they require. The third block is the comfort of the familiar. The known reality, even if it is painful, is a known quantity. The subconscious often prefers a certain hell to an uncertain heaven. It fears the void, the unknown territory of the new identity. The successful first-time shifter has a burning desire for the new that is far greater than their attachment to the comfort of the old. The fourth and most insidious block is the identity investment. This is the degree to which your sense of self is wrapped up in your current story. I am the one who struggles with money. I am the one who has bad luck. To shift would mean the death of that familiar I, and the ego fights for its survival. The one who shifts instantly is ready to let that old self die. These blocks are not walls. They are veils. They are made of thought, and thought can be dissolved. The process is one of gentle observation. You must catch these beliefs in the act. When you feel yourself asking for a sign, notice it and reclaim your authority. When you feel the fear of the new, acknowledge it and choose the desire anyway. The dissolution happens through a practice of conscious re-identification. Spend time each day not in shifting, but in remembering who you are at the core. I am infinite awareness. I am the source of my reality. I am not my story. This practice slowly pulls your sense of self out of the tangled weeds of your personal history and back into the sovereign seat of consciousness. So if you have struggled, do not see it as a failure. See it as a precise map of where your inner work lies. Your path is not to try harder at shifting. Your path is to dismantle these 4 blocks. As you do, you will find that the ability to shift was always there, waiting for you to clear the debris of conditioning and step into the authority that was always yours. Chapter 29. Creating custom methods that work 100% for your mind. The methods you have learned are like master keys, designed to fit many locks. But the most powerful key of all is the one you forge yourself, crafted perfectly for the unique architecture of your own consciousness. Your mind is a unique ecosystem with its own rhythms, symbols, and triggers. A custom method speaks its native language, bypassing all resistance. To begin, become a detective of your own awareness. Notice when you feel most connected to the feeling of magic and possibility. Is it during a certain type of music, while walking in nature, in the first moments of waking? These are your power states. A custom method will use these states as its launching pad, incorporating the elements that naturally elevate your vibration. Identify your primary sensory language. Are you primarily visual, auditory, or kinesthetic? If you are visual, a method rich in detailed imagery will be most effective. If you are auditory, spoken affirmations or specific sounds will be your trigger. If you are kinesthetic, movement, touch, and the feeling of energy moving in the body will be your pathway. Build your method around your dominant sense. Now, deconstruct the methods you have tried. What parts felt natural? What parts caused resistance? Perhaps you loved the breathing from one method but found the counting of another tedious. This is invaluable data. Your custom method is a collage of these effective elements, stitched together with the threads of your personal preference and intuition. The core of any method is the trigger, the precise moment of shift. This must be a gesture, a word, or a feeling that is deeply resonant and powerful for you. It could be the sensation of snapping your fingers, the mental image of a door slamming shut, or the whispered word, now. This trigger is the sacred command that severs the tie to the old timeline. Test your prototype. Do not wait for a formal session. Sit for a moment and run through the steps in your mind. Does it feel smooth? Does it generate a feeling of excitement and certainty? Tweak it. Refine it. This is a creative process like composing a song for your soul to sing. The right method will feel less like a technique and more like a coming home. Your custom method will evolve with you. As you grow and your beliefs expand, the method can be adjusted. It is a living, breathing tool, not a rigid scripture. You may find that a method that worked perfectly for months needs a slight alteration to accommodate your new level of understanding. This is a sign of progress, not failure. Embrace this creative power. It is the final step in claiming your sovereignty. You are no longer a student following someone else's map. You are the cartographer drawing the charts for your own explorations in the multiverse. The ability to design your own key is the ultimate proof that you understand the lock and that you are and have always been the master of the door. Chapter 30. The Final Secret. You have already shifted infinite times. Consider the person you were a decade ago. That version of you lived in a different world, with different friends, different worries, a different body. That world is gone now, and that version of you is gone with it. You did not notice the shift because it happened gradually, but you are not the same, and you do not live in the same reality. You have been shifting all along. Every single decision you have ever made was a shift. The decision to turn left instead of right, to speak up or stay silent, to pick up a book or put it down. Each one was a conscious selection of one timeline over trillions of others. You are a master of this art, so fluent that the process has been invisible to you, like the beating of your own heart. Every night when you fall asleep, you release your grip on this consensus reality. You journey through the inner landscapes of dream worlds, other lives, and abstract realms. When you wake, you do not return to the exact same point you left. You shift back into a slightly altered version of reality, a new day with new potential, a new chapter in a constantly changing story. Even the simple act of blinking is a micro-shift. For a fraction of a second, your visual perception of the world is cut off. When you open your eyes, your brain does not simply resume the same stream. It constructs a new one, based on new sensory data. The world you see after a blink is not the same world you saw before it. It is a new moment, a new now. This is the final secret, the one that dissolves the last barrier. You are not learning how to shift. You are learning how to become aware that you are shifting. You are moving from being an unconscious passenger on a runaway train to being the conscious engineer, choosing the tracks with deliberate, joyful intent. The power was never absent, only the awareness was. The feeling of trying to shift is the feeling of the conscious mind attempting to do something the subconscious is already a master of. This creates friction. The goal then is not to add a new skill, but to get your conscious and subconscious minds into alignment, to agree on the destination, and to let the natural, effortless process of shifting occur as it always has. So let this knowledge settle into your bones. Let it relieve the pressure. You are not broken. You are not lacking. You are a flawless, shifting being. The methods are not incantations to summon a distant power. They are tuning forks, tools to bring your conscious awareness into harmony with the eternal shifting song of your soul. From this moment forward, see your life not as a line, but as a point of perpetual glorious transition. You are a river, always flowing, always new. Deliberate reality shifting is simply the act of choosing which tributary to flow down next, with the full, awakened knowledge that you are the water, the current, and the riverbed all at once. Chapter 31. Daily habits of people who live in their desired reality. Observe someone who seems to live a charmed life, where opportunities find them and joy is their default state. This is not luck. It is a disciplined practice. They have mastered the art of the mental diet, vigilantly guarding the gates of their mind. They do not consume news, entertainment, or conversations that lower their frequency. Their inner world is a sacred garden, and they are fierce gardeners. Their first moments upon waking are sacred. Before they check a phone or speak to anyone, they reclaim their state. They lie in bed and feel for the frequency of their desired reality. They might recite a powerful I am statement or simply bask in the feeling of gratitude for the perfect day that is already unfolding. They set the vibrational tone before the world has a chance to impose its own. Throughout the day, they practice micro shifts. When a challenging thought arises, they do not engage it. They acknowledge it and gently replace it with a thought that aligns with their chosen state. When they witness lack in the world, they do not confirm it. They bless it and reaffirm their own abundance. They are constantly, subtly, fine-tuning their energy, like a musician tuning their instrument. Their language is impeccable. They have eliminated phrases like I hope, I wish, and I'll try from their vocabulary. They speak from the end. They say, I'm so grateful for my successful business, not I'm trying to get my business off the ground. Their words are not descriptions of reality. They are the commands that shape it, spoken with the quiet authority of someone who knows. They engage in frequent reality checks, but not of the doubting kind. They pause and ask, which version of me is living this moment? Is it the old, limited me or the new, empowered me? This simple question instantly brings their awareness back to the present power of choice. They course correct with the gentle ease of a pilot adjusting the controls of a plane. Their environment is a reflection of their inner state. They clear clutter, surround themselves with beauty, and ensure their personal space vibrates with the energy they wish to embody. They understand that their outer world is a mirror, and by keeping the mirror clean and beautiful, they reinforce the truth of their own inner beauty and order. They end their day with a review, but not of problems. As they lie in bed, they replay the moments that went well, the synchronicities, the small wins. They feel gratitude for these as evidence of their shifting success. This imprints the subconscious with the story of a good and supportive world, programming it to seek out and create more of the same while they sleep. Living in your desired reality is not a one-time event. It is a lifestyle. It is a series of small, consistent choices that over time build an unshakable momentum. It is the practice of being who you wish to be right now, in this very moment, and trusting that the universe will rearrange the props on the stage of your life to match the character you have chosen to play. Chapter 32. Your first deliberate shift starts the moment this video ends. The final words of this book are not a period, but a gateway. Everything you have heard, every concept and technique, has been preparation for this single, decisive moment. The theories are now over. The time for thinking is done. Now, we enter the realm of pure experience. Your first conscious, deliberate shift begins not tomorrow, not later, but now. Close your eyes. Take one deep, slow breath. Inhale the knowing that you are infinite. Exhale the last vestige of the old story, the story of limitation and delay. With this breath, you have already begun. You have flipped the neurological switch. You are in the theta state, the operator's room. Feel the quiet hum of potential that surrounds you. Now bring to mind one simple, powerful feeling from your desired reality. It does not need to be a complex scene, just one feeling. Perhaps it is the feeling of relief, the feeling of freedom, the feeling of being deeply loved. Find that feeling in your heart. Let it grow. Let it become a warm, glowing light in the center of your chest. As you hold this feeling, I will count from 3 to 1. With each number, you will release another layer of the old world. 3. Feel the room around you, the sounds, the sensations, and let them become distant, like a radio playing in another house. 2. Feel your physical body become weightless, a mere outline, a temporary garment. 1. Now, there is only the feeling. The glowing light in your heart is now the entire universe. There is nothing else. In this space of pure being, state your command just once with the full authority of your soul. I am your feeling. I am free. I am loved. I am whole. Feel the truth of it resonate through the void. And now, gently, easily open your eyes, but do not open them to the old world. Open them to the new one. You have just shifted. The room may look the same, but you are not. You are the version of you that holds that feeling as your core truth. The world you see is now the world that matches that feeling. It has already begun to rearrange itself for you. Do not analyze it. Do not doubt it. Stand up and move through your next actions as this new person. Speak as they would speak. Choose as they would choose. The evidence will follow, but it is not your concern. Your only concern is to maintain the frequency you have just claimed. You are no longer waiting for your life to begin. You have just arrived. This was not a test. This was an activation. You have done it. Remember this feeling of power, this simplicity. This is all it ever is. A breath, a feeling, a choice. You are a conscious shifter now. Let every moment from this point forward be a continuation of this same simple, powerful act. The journey is over. The adventure has just begun. You have journeyed through the corridors of time and the architecture of self. You have held the keys and felt the doors swing open on silent hinges. What once seemed like a distant mystery is now your native language. The quiet truth humming just beneath the surface of your everyday awareness. The Codex is not a book you have read, but a memory you have awakened within your own soul. You are not who you were when you began. Go forward now, not as a seeker, but as a sovereign being. Walk through this world with the silent knowledge that you are the artist and the canvas, the dreamer and the dream. Let your life become a living testament to this wisdom, a gentle demonstration that the walls of reality are fluid to the touch of a focused heart. The magic is not out there. It is in the way you choose to feel in this very breath, in the story you decide to tell about who you are. If these words have found a home within you, if the vibration of this truth has stirred your spirit, then the journey continues. Share this light with others who are ready to remember. Let your own experiences become the new scripture. And as a final sacred seal upon this shared awakening, I invite you to whisper the phrase, "I remember," in the comments below. Let it be a signal, not to me, but to yourself and to all the other awakening travelers, that the veil has been lifted and you have chosen to live consciously and deliberately in the wonder.